I cannot see injustice, and especially when it's toward my father or my mother or my parents or my country or my people, and stay silent. And this is why I get into trouble, because my way to fight is through social media. It's very hard. A lie is so much more powerful than the truth, especially when the person that says the lie controls the media, controls the narrative, has the big money.
You've been a target of the media in Israel since you probably turned 18 years old, maybe even before.
No, since I was a baby.
Since you were a baby.
Yeah, I can elaborate.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about the media and how they've how you said they've been a target. You've been a target of theirs since you were a kid in Israel. Tell me a little bit about that and how that translates to today.
The media in Israel, I mean, it's very similar to America when you have the legacy media, the mainstream media, which is really radical. It's like the North Korean television can take lessons of how to make good propaganda from the Israeli legacy media. It's astonishing. Their violence, their hatred, their shameless propaganda and lies are really exceptional. I think even if you compare it to the legacy media in the United States, until recently, there was no conservative media in Israel whatsoever, unlike in America that you have Fox News and Newsmax for a long time. Thank God, in recent years there is it became the second most rated channel in Israel. It's called Channel 14, which is the Israeli equivalent of Fox News, of course, with a fraction of the money.
I've been on it once. I was on it once.
So you see, and it's growing because although they have a fraction of the money of their competitors, the Israeli public is mostly conservative. When we have in recent election, when it was 50-50, it's very not reflecting of the reality of the ground, because we need to remember that Israel have a 20% Arab Muslim population, that a big chunk of them see themselves as Palestinians. They don't see themselves as part of the people of Israel. They'll be insulted if you'll tell them, they say, their identity is Palestinian, very hostile to the Zionist movement. Not all of them. Some of them, the Christians are very, becoming more and more involved, and you have amazing people like Yusuf Haddad, who's doing a great, PR for Israel, and is an Arab Christian who served in the army as a combat soldier. And you do have even some Muslims in the combat positions in the Israeli army, but it's a minority. The thing in Israel that you got Tel Aviv, which is very, very radical lefty, but then you get the rest of the country, which is conservative and wants, traditional Jewish values and have, very proud, Zionistic approach and Jewish approach. But the minority of the radical left, they control almost 100% of the media, 100% of the courts, 100% of the whole judiciary system, 100% of the state prosecution, and all the power centers of Israel, the universities, the academia, the big money, in high tech and all of that. So you have a minority that control the country undemocratically through the institutions they built, through the deep state, basically.